Right, we've got a program here. Starts off with a structure diagram. So remember my structure diagram, I'm going first of all left to right and then top to bottom. So I'm effectively going along my order is like this, and this, this, and this, and this. That's the order that I'm reading it in. Just obviously going to rub that out. So it uses a program to help with tracking test marks and grades. Teachers tell the program how many pupils are in the class. Pupils achieve 50% or more are said to have passed. So passing is going to be a Boolean thing. Either they pass or they don't. So it's going to be a true or a false. And that's going to come in later. Part of the design for the program shown below. So ask the teacher to enter the class name. Ask for the number of pupils. Set a counter to 0. All of these are just happening once. And then I've got a loop. And the rest of the program is happening inside this loop. So it's repeating for each pupil. We're increasing the counter by 1. We've got enter the pupil mark as a percentage. So we're entering this, 20 times, say, if there's 20 pupils. And then, is the percentage mark greater than 50? If it is, then we're setting past counter. So we've got square brackets there, so that's an array to true or to false. When tested, an error is found in the design. Program runs, but it sometimes incorrectly says the pupils failed and they should have passed. So let's look at the type of error. Well, pupils who achieve 50% or more, but this condition is not 50% or more. This is more than 50%. So that's wrong. So my error is that I've got a logic error here, and how we change it is change it to greater than or equal to 50%. The data type and structure that should be used to store whether each pupil is passed. So it's a Boolean because it's true or false. The reason it's an array is because there are multiple pupils and we're storing it for each one. But also, if I look back at this, you can see here I've got my array. So I've got passed as an array, square bracket counter. So that's actually giving me an array in the design. So you can see it's an array in passed, square bracket, counter. Program is going to be changed so that tests are given a letter grade instead of pass or fail. So it's no longer Boolean, it's going to be A, B, C or N for no word. There's no D here, just to kind of simplify the question. Using a programming language, write code that asks the teacher to enter a percentage and sets the correct grade. So we've already done the enter a percentage. That bit's already done. So what we need to do is set the correct grade. Now you see it's setting it, storing it, it's not necessarily printing it on the screen. So I'm not just going to print each time here. Well, it's programming language. I'm just going to have a variable that's grade, and I'll say grade equals A, grade equals B. Marks over 70 get an A. So there's more than one solution for this, more than one way of laying it out. But if we start off, if percent, and that's because that's the variable of input, is says more than 70. It's probably an oversight. It should probably have been 70 or more. Then grade equals A. Marks between 60 and 69. Now, I could say if percent is greater than or equal to 60 and less than or equal to 69, but actually I don't need to do that because it must be if it's already been caught if it's more than 70. So if I make this an elif so that it belongs with the same if, then it's only going to check this condition if the first one wasn't true, and if it's not more than 70 but it's more than 60, then it's going to be a B. So elif percent is greater than or equal to 60. I should get rid of the percent sign there actually, because that's not code. So if it's greater than or equal to 60, then grade is a B. Elif percent is greater than or equal to 50, grade equals C, and all other marks should receive an end. So all other, that's going to be an else. So else grade equals end for no word. What I'm actually going to do is go back into this paper and just fix that so that it's a greater than or equal to 70. I'll fix the question before you guys get this document. Anyway, describe how the answer to part B II. So let's look back at that. B2 is about the fact that it's an array. It's not actually, again, it's not actually marked as part 2. That's a mistake as well. How it would have to be changed if the program stores A, B, C or N instead of whether or not they've passed. So it's no longer an array of booleans. So that would be true. False. Instead we're storing an array of letters. So I'm changing it to an array of characters. The important point here is I'm changing boolean to characters. I might not have mentioned array, that would be fine, but I'm changing it to characters.